All right, 12 o'clock on the dot. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Fox 19 now, First Alert Meteorologist Brad Maushart, and hopefully you didn't have too many issues outside this morning with all the rain we saw. Some areas got beamed pretty good with some rain. Liberty, Indiana, back in southeast Indiana, 1.4 inches of rain reported. Batesville, almost an inch, 9/10 there. Milton saw 5200s. Brookville saw over almost 3/4 of an inch of rain. So most of it was in southeast Indiana. I didn't go back and look at the radar from 6 or 7 o'clock this morning, but they must have had one good burst of rain right through that area. Same with Oxford, over 1/3 of an inch there, and Hamilton saw 36/100 of an inch. We did not see as much at the airport or on the south end of town. And we're not done with the rain entirely just yet. Now we're done for the rest of the day today, so enjoy your Friday. Saturday's where things start to go downhill, literally and figuratively. In the temperature department, we're going to see a good amount of rainfall too. Let's hop to it. Maybe this will look better if I pull it up full screen to start. Let's start with this first, just so everybody can see it out there. Again, hopefully everybody's having a great Friday. I'm about 85% from this stupid flu that just won't go away, or whatever this is. So sorry in advance if I start coughing or choking halfway through this. All right, here we go. We're going to wait through the rest of the day today. Mostly dry afternoon, right? It's still a little breezy outside, but those winds should calm as we work way past about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Not entirely. We'll still have some, gusts at times up to about 15, 20 miles an hour, but it's a little better than what we're dealing with now. It's just a brief reprieve, though. Tomorrow is a first alert weather day. It's our second of two. We're going to see some disruptions to the outdoor plans with scattered rain showers pushing through. Best timing for that looks to be about 11 a.m. to about 6 p.m. And then we'll start to lessen up of the precipitation, and temperatures are going to start to tumble very quickly. Very breezy, very cold Sunday. Feels like temperatures, this is how quick it's going to turn around. I mean, we're in the mid-60s right now. By Sunday, it's going to feel like the teens, the mid-teens outside for Sunday afternoon. Filtered sunshine Monday, and then we see another brief warm up there Tuesday, but emphasis on brief. It's just a one-day event there, and then we're right back to winter again before the end of the week. So a lot going on here the next, next week. It's a very busy stretch ahead. With that busy stretch and then more seasonable temperatures from here on out means that we could have better chances of wintry weather as we work our way through the next 10 days outside of today. Not anything immediately, but like I said, at least the ingredients will be there to see better chances for some winter weather, because the first half of this month has not felt like winter, really, right? There's been some ups and downs here and there. We've seen 2/10 of an inch of snow. I'm sorry, that's a lie. We've seen 1/10 of an inch of snow, 2/100 of an inch of rain up until today, but 1/10 of an inch of snow. So we haven't been completely snow-free or winter-free, but 37.5. It doesn't sound very warm, but that's 5.5 degrees above normal for the month so far. Last January, which we saw a lot of snow, right, a lot of winter temperatures, finished 6.3 degrees below normal. So it's been a big swing, and I don't expect it to last. I think we're going to get close, with the cold ahead, probably to a pretty normal-ish January, which means we're going to see a lot of cold compared to what we've been seeing. So if you don't like that, unfortunately, I have bad news for you. It's changing. We're back to winter here very soon. Here's some of those rainfall totals I was talking about just a second ago. I forgot I put them in here, but most of the tri-state here, it's all a good amount of rain this morning. Some spots a lot more than others. It just depends on where you are. And now we're enjoying a little bit of bonus sunshine. I did not really expect much sunshine today, so I'd rather be wrong about that. I do think the clouds thicken up a little bit more through this afternoon and this evening, so don't expect that to stick around long. Enjoy that. Maybe go outside, get some lunch out there. Enjoy it, because I don't know the next time we're going to hit the mid-60s again. So it's at least not for the next 10 days, I'll tell you that. We're at 63 now. That's down a few degrees. Now, unofficially, about an hour ago, we were sitting at about 65, 66 degrees. If we hit either 65 or 66, that would break the old record of 64 degrees for the day for a high temperature set back in 1949. It was unofficial. We'll see if it counts. We'll keep an eye on that, and I'll see if anything comes out from the National Weather Service on a broken record. But either way, it's still breezy. It's still mild for now, but that's going to change later on this evening. You'll see the cooler air already draining in from the northwest. 53 in Connersville compared to 63 downtown. compared to 66 in Georgetown or 67 even at Lunkin. So the cooler air, it is just off to our northwest. We're not going to get likely as cold as Indianapolis until we hit the morning hours. It's going to be a slow drop, but a gradual drop through the rest of the day, back through the 50s and eventually the 40s by tomorrow morning. Still a little breezy, but the winds do calm down. This is the worst of the wind for the rest of the day. The rest of this evening looks a little calmer, but like I said, it's just a brief reprieve because this is just one of two weather makers we're keeping an eye on. First of which sliding off towards the northeast. Second is back there in the Texas Panhandle, anywhere from Albuquerque back up to almost Denver, Wichita, starting to see some wintry weather from that. We're not going to see a ton of wintry weather. We will see some flakes fly probably on Sunday. But the big thing this storm system down there in the Texas Panhandle is going to bring us is going to be the big cool down for the second half of the weekend. We're going to cool down a little bit tonight. We warm back up into the mid-50s for Saturday, and then we're going to drop off like a rock into Sunday. So winds also calming down briefly through the rest of this evening. You'll see the direction of the wind up there at the top. I can't get these arrows to cooperate and stay within the box, but outside of the graphical abilities, you could see that the winds do shift. We'll see mostly a north wind through this evening, right? That'll help to push our temperatures down. By tomorrow early in the morning, winds already shift out of the east and the southeast, and we'll start that warm up again just ahead of front number 2, which arrives for Saturday afternoon, right? Saturday afternoon into Sunday. Temperatures gradually fall through the upper 40s tonight and sink into the low 40s tomorrow morning, and then we rebound quickly back to 55 degrees. Saturday is the first alert weather day. We're not expecting any severe weather. The winds shouldn't be as bad, but they're bad enough that it could disrupt your outdoor plans. If you're trying to get outside, enjoy things. Sorry, I'm just now seeing some of the comments roll in. I'll check on that in just a second. But if you have the outdoor plans Saturday, just note it's not going to be overly pleasant, especially between about 11 and 6 o'clock, right? A lot of wind, some showers out there, and then temperatures will tumble off late in the evening. Yeah, I know Susan. Yeah, Susan was saying she wishes she could do the rest of winter like this. Me too. I mean, I could do without maybe the wind, but, I mid-60s, it's not bad. It's not bad, a little taste of spring. Unfortunately, it's just a taste, JD. It's going to be cold in Canton. Well, maybe not cold, a little chilly tomorrow, but pretty nice start to Saturday. The later you get in the day tomorrow, the better the rain chances are going to be there as well. And I am all right, trying to kick this flu for once and for all. It's been hanging around too long, and I'm pretty much over it mentally. Not over it completely physically yet, but we're getting there. At least I can talk today, so that's always nice. Kelly saying, yes, I agree. So here's what we're dealing with this weekend, right? Split weekend, 55 Saturday, messy, and then we go to winter by Sunday morning. A few flakes could fly out there. I'll show you the high-res model. I'll dump out of this here for a second and show you how things change very quickly through the day tomorrow, because I didn't have it in for the show because of time constraints. But let's see what we got in here, because this doesn't have any time constraints. I do what I want. Let's see. This is it here. That's the rain exiting today. We're going to stay dry for the rest of this evening. Tomorrow morning, we could see a few stray showers in our southernmost communities, but the bulk of our rain chances for Saturday arrive with the cold front itself, and that's going to be closer to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon in our westernmost communities, 3 o'clock downtown, and a little bit later off to the east. Once that pushes through, look how quickly things turn around Saturday night into Sunday. We go from wet to wintry very quickly. We are not going to see this stick. Maybe some flakes on a windshield, the mailbox, or something like that, but the roads will be too warm after our record-breaking or maybe potentially record-breaking temperatures today. It's just not going to be warm enough for a lot of this to stick. We could see some limited visibility maybe early Sunday morning, but again, should not be a major issue. And it will just feel a lot colder then for the second half of the weekend. How cold, you say? Well, here's a look at the wind chill split between Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, temperature-wise, it will feel like the 40s and 50s until that front passes. Now, both of these images, when it comes to temperatures, are for 4 o'clock each day. 4 o'clock Saturday, that front will have just passed by. It's going to take the mid-50s with it, and by 4 o'clock, we're already sitting at 45 degrees, and our northwesternmost communities are already dropping quickly into the upper 30s. By Sunday at 4 o'clock, feels like temperatures in many spots at the peak of the daytime heating, I'm going to call it heating, are going to be sitting in the teens. So it's going to be very, very chilly Sunday outside behind that front. A few flakes could fly, but it's not going to stick, and then we work our way into next week. Monday and Tuesday, not bad. Monday, we're back to seasonal, right? 40 degrees. Tuesday, a brief warm-up. Right, little roller coaster ride back up to 50 degrees Tuesday. It is just a short jump because another cold front is lurking for Wednesday into Thursday. And that one brings us another big cool down as we work way through Wednesday night into Thursday. By Friday, we're waking up to the actual temperatures in the teens, which will be some of our coldest air here the next 10 days. And that sets the stage for next weekend. This is a long ways away, but as you can see out there, by Saturday into Sunday, there's a chance we could see a mix to snow. Now, again, long ways out, but this, at least with colder air ahead of it, would have a better chance to see some accumulation from this. It might be sleet. It might be a little bit of snow on the back end. Most of this does look to miss us, as you can see, off to the south and off to the southeast into West Virginia, but at least it's a chance, right? I mean, the ingredients need to be there. We haven't seen it so far early in January, but things are changing here for the latter half of this month. Not just in the next 10 days, but maybe the next 14, maybe the next couple of weeks, right? Next 3 weeks or so, things look to be a lot more seasonable. We're going back to more of a winter temperature pattern. And with that, that gives us the ingredient that we need to change us from just a busy weather pattern where it's kind of a nuisance to see all this rain to more of the winter weather, variety. We'll see what happens. It's just an ingredient. It's just a sign, right? It just takes the right timing, the storm and everything, the path to get everything to line up. But there's your temperature trend. A brief warm-up for Tuesday. We're back to below normal for much of the rest of the stretch, and below normal maybe. Oops, skipped over that too quick on the space bar. Below normal temperatures for the Ohio Valley likely through at least the 23rd, but I'm telling you, I think really through much of the rest of the month, it looks to be pretty chilly outside. So if you've enjoyed the warmth, enjoy what's left of it today. If you want that cold, you want winter, I know Perfect North Slopes is probably looking forward to more cold temperatures, and a lot of other winter weather lovers, right? There's that chance here as we work way through the extended forecast that could happen. So we'll keep it a quick one today because it's a Friday and I'm trying not to push it too much. Thank you, Susan, for the kind words. What else we got going on over here? Darla, happy Friday to you. Yeah, snowstorm. So, right, I'm talking about it a little bit. We'll make this full screen, and just so people can see this, and I'll extend it to 10 days. Give you the full forecast here so you can digest that. In terms of big snowstorms, I mean, we have a lot of winter left to go. Right? I didn't look it up. I should have before I started yammering, but it's got to be, what, about 70 days until spring begins, mid-March. So, I mean, we have a lot of winter to go. It only takes one big snowstorm, right? You don't typically see, on average, we should be getting about 2 or 3/10 of an inch of snow per day to keep up with the pace this time of the year. So we've been cutting into our deficit, our surplus rather. We're still at almost a 7-inch surplus for the season, but we don't get them in little bits and pieces a lot. Right? Usually when we start to tack on, our snow totals for the seasons, they usually come in about 5 big storms with a little bit in between. But usually when we get up to our normal or try to get, to normal seasonal snowfall, it usually comes in about 5 big bursts every year. We usually see, 5 snowstorms a year with at least an inch or more of snow. And then you see some flurries from time to time and some light accumulations, but to get the seasonal snowfall totals of near normal, it's usually a couple big snowstorms. So it only takes 1 or 2 of these through the rest of the year. We have plenty of January, February, even March to do it, dare I say. I hope not, because I like the warmth. But if you want some snowstorms, we still have time. What I will say, and what Stefano said this morning, if you were watching, is that immediately following our last snowstorm in December, I got a early Christmas present of the electric snow shovel thing that pushes some snow out there for you. And so we haven't seen any snow since. So if that gives you a little indication of what we have left for winter, it's that we won't see any snow for the rest of winter. I don't know. That's the unofficial take on the snow shovel delivery, which always figures, right? We've had 13 inches of snow. I didn't get to, blow any of that snow. I had to shovel it by hand. Usually at weird hours of the night. And we'll see. Hopefully, I like to get to use it. Yeah, sounding a little bit better, working on it. It's a work in progress. It's been, last Friday was awful. I was off Monday, you saw that too. And then this week's just been gradually working back. I wanted to wait until I was about 70 to 80%. That's where I was Tuesday. And it's more so towards 80, 85 maybe even. I'm a little better I think even than yesterday, but it's just been whatever. I hope you don't get this. This has just been really awful. It's just been hanging around for a long time, and a lot of people I've talked to that I know have been sick with this have had kind of the same deal where it just doesn't go away. So with that, be careful, especially if you're in kind of a sensitive group when it comes to illness. Be careful out there, because whatever this is rolling around has not been fun. Let's see what else we got going here. Yeah, I'm also enjoying this weather. Yeah, Perfects needs some snow pretty bad out there, so we'll see what happens. At least there will be some opportunities here ahead. Some cold nights, Monday, one of them. Next week, we'll see some temperatures in the teens and 20s out there. Friday morning in particular there towards the end of the forecast. Looks like a day. Actually, hold on. Let me pull up the evening version here. Sorry. You get one bonus day there. There we go. Didn't switch it over. You can see Friday morning also in the teens, so that's some snowmaking weather Thursday, Friday. And it looks like next Sunday into Monday there, the last 2 days of that forecast, we'll see a very cold morning there too. So there will be some opportunities for Perfects to make some snow, and there will be some chances for us to see some, right? I don't think we see any accumulation either tomorrow or even Wednesday into Thursday, but once you get to hit the extended forecast there and head into next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, there will be that chance for some wintry weather. So thank you, Sherry, and everybody else. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for tuning in here on a Friday. Hopefully you get outside. There will be some dry time. I know tomorrow's the first alert weather day with the wet and the windy and whatnot, and then the cold temperatures late. But Saturday morning looks pretty good if you're trying to get out and enjoy some of your time. Saturday morning will be the best opportunity there before things start to go downhill. Sunday not ideal. It's good, and the wind will hurt your face. I mean, it's going to be some gusts over 40 miles an hour, and it's going to make that 35 feel like the teens most of the day. Winds only calm down a little bit Monday and Tuesday, but both of those days are going to be pretty breezy too, which will warm us back to 50 on Tuesday. So we'll play it by ear for the rest of winter. We'll see what happens, but yeah, still plenty of chances for the snow lovers out there. Or if you're like me, plenty of chances to hopefully not see it. We'll see what happens. But a lot of winter to go. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. I'm going to switch it back over. Nope, not going to. I thought I was going to put something else on. Maybe I'll put the camera on. Why not? We'll put the camera on. Hopefully you've been enjoying the new Cincinnati sign. If you've been around downtown, you've seen it already. It is pretty cool. It's growing on me a bit, but here's a look at it. I'll pull it up full screen for you. It's, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. It looks a lot better in real life than it does on this camera. But yeah, it's just pretty cool. We'll see what happens. I like it. I think they can do a lot with it, and it beams brightly through the darkest of gloom. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll leave you with that. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a good one, everybody.